Okay, so in this, so I've just opened up Silhouette Studio. I've gone to my library, I opened it up and I selected the Winter Shadow books. So I've just double clicked on that, which has brought me into my design. This is how it comes. It's all set up in one big piece. So now, a lot of you will know this, but it's just a bit of a handy tip for those who aren't aware. What you're going to need to do is you're going to have to, because it all moves as one big piece, and you can't put that on the cutting mat and cut it, obviously. So we have to ungroup it. So you right click and you go down to ungroup, select that. Now, sometimes you have to do it a couple of times. Let me just see if it's ungrouped. No, it hasn't. So we'll just do it again. Ungroup. Okay, I can see the little boxes come up. It should have worked. Oh, no, still not. Okay, so it has ungrouped now. So I've had to do that a few times. I'm not sure why that happens, but it does often. So just keep pressing ungroup until it has ungrouped. What you need to be aware of is you're going to see, can you see these little broken lines? They're all going to be ungrouped from all your little individual pieces. So what you need to do now is you need to just draw a box. Oops, wait a second, I've done that. So because I've moved it, I'm going to go to the undo to put it back in the exact same position. Then I'm going to draw a little box around it. It's just double, it's just got both of them. I don't want both, I just want one at a time. And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to group that again. So now hopefully it should be one piece. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of the individual pieces with the lines on, broken lines on them, and we'll be back. Okay, so I've just grouped all of those things back together that we needed to group back together. Now I have popped in the envelope, which is this shape here. So I've popped the envelope onto the mat. I have loaded my Cameo with the envelope paper here. It's all switched on, plugged in, ready to go. And we're going to send this through and cut it out. So I've got it on the mat in the position I want it in. Click on send. It's already set up for my textured cardboard. I'm going to do 2 passes just to make sure that everything cuts correctly, and then I'm going to send it through. Wait for the magic to happen. Okay, so our envelope is finished cutting, so I'm just going to eject that from the machine. First I will make sure that it has in fact cut through. Okay, so it hasn't in this case. I'm not sure why. Perfect learning example. Never eject it until you've made sure it has cut. Otherwise you'll never get the cut lines in the exact same spot. So I am just going to send that through again just by pressing send on my machine, and it will send through and cut again. Okay, so now we're going to just go ahead and send through all the other pieces on the coloured paper that I would like them to be on, and then we'll be ready to assemble. So we'll just continue doing that, and once it's all cut, we'll come back and start our assembly. Okay, so we're back. I've cut out all of the different pieces that we need to assemble this card. In the background, I've got 2 cards that I've made earlier this morning. So this one here, I did with the PVA glue. And as you can see, it hasn't worked well for me. It's not joined properly. It's bowed. It just looks really not pleasant to look at. So that's that one with the PVA. And then I did this little one, and I used just a kid's glue stick, and that one is a lot nicer. It's a lot cleaner. There's no bulging, there's no rippling in the paper. It's that's come together really nicely. So I'm going to be using just a good old glue stick for assembling this one today too. So I've got our main card part. This is just an old cutting mat that I'm using just to, so I don't glue all over the bench. So I've got the main card, not card, shadow box. Now I'm going to take this part. Now I'm just using offcuts that I've got at home, so the colours aren't going to be like, it's not the best colour scheme, it's just what I had available. And for tutorial purposes, that is perfect. So I'm getting my glue stick and I'm just going to run all around the edge here. Now be mindful with, if you're using glitter, if you get glue where you don't want it, it is going to make the glitter dull. Because when the glue dries, it has a film over it and it will make it dull. So we might have some dull lines on the edges of these. Because I did get a bit of extra glue on there. So position that up where you want it and glue it down. Okay, these strips go on in between the cut lines, the fold lines, which are these bits here. You've got to make sure that you get down to the very edges, or else it will not stick properly and lift and look a bit tacky. And you glue that exactly where you want it, right in the middle of those lines. As I said, there's a little bit of wiggle room in there. This design that I'm using just came off my Silhouette machine when I got it. It was already in the system. Can't remember the lady's name. Someone Whitehall or something. This is one of her designs, not mine. Okay, so we've glued those on. Now we need to flip it over, because this is a work mat, it's still a little bit sticky. You want to make sure they're stuck down. So the square goes in the middle here. This is the background for your shadow box. Making sure you get to the edges. Perfect. And just placing it central in between your cut lines of your card box. Keep saying card. Okay, so we can set this piece to the side. That's ready to go when we're ready to go. Okay, so now I'm going to just do these ones. I've got these little clips, these little pegs here, just little craft pegs for Christmas cards, I think. So we're going to fold these into the mountain fold. I just like to look at what I've already done. So that one goes up. So you go 2 in and you crease that down. You bring the first cut line out and make it like a V. And then we leave that one flat and that one comes up. I'll do a tutorial just on these because they're a little bit tricky, these cut lines. one's going to go up. And that one's going to go out. Yep, that's perfect. So what you want it to do at the end is it's going to have like a, once we glue it all down, it should look like that on the back, because that's going to go straight onto your card, and it should have two peaks there, because that's what you're going to glue your cutouts onto. So again, we're going to glue all the way, make sure it gets all the way down, both sides of the peak. Now we're just going to glue those peaks together. And just while it's setting, I'm going to peg them as well. Just a little bit of support to help those dry up nicely. I'm going to put 4 on each. Helps the glue set and holds it all in place while it's drying. Alright, now on the back we will have a nice flat piece like that. So we're going to glue all of this. And then we're going to take our card and we're going to stick it in the where those cut lines are and glue it on. We'll do the same with the next one. You just want to make sure that you crease the folds really nicely. Perfect. I'm going to glue in here. You want to make sure you put enough glue so that it sticks nicely too. These are super cute little, no, they're classed as cards, and they come with a envelope as well, because you can, I haven't done it yet, but you can make them flat and post them to family and friends. A cute little gift, little shadow box card at Christmas time or any special occasions. You can get them for all different things like thank you cards, happy birthday ones. And I'm doing some Christmas ones this morning. because they were on my machine. Alright, up to this bit, gluing this. I didn't do it on the other one, but I'm going to put a bit of glue on the actual card too. The little pegs make it easier to help push it on as well. Making sure it's in those lines. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to leave this to dry for a little bit, just so that it's nice and set by the time we come to stick our layers for our shadow box on. I'll see you in a minute. Actually, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'll just show you this. So you've got a layer. We've got this one. I've done this just out of it's actually a little bit thin. So if I was making this for somebody, I'd make it with a bit thicker cardboard. This was just all I had lying around. So there's this little one here. And I've cut out this gorgeous little thing out of a glittered, you can't really see the colour on here, but it's a rose gold glittered paper. It's gorgeous. So I'm going to just glue that down onto here. Be very careful because this is very delicate. Just glue that down. And line it up. And stick it down, just like that. Now I did cut out the 3 little dots that are supposed to go on here, but I cut them out of the rose gold, so then I don't think they're going to really, oh, just lost one. Got it. I think they're really going to show up. No, I might just leave those off. I'll leave those ones off for now. So that bit's gone. That bit doesn't seem to have any bit on it, so that just goes on. Okay, ready for the gluing together. Okay, so I didn't really wait that long, but we're going to go ahead and hope that it's set enough to glue on our different layers. And that was only on there for about 5 minutes. Looks like it's going to work. Alright, so we'll take our apricot one first. I'm going to glue just along the sides of here. Pushing it down to the edges, and I'm going to clamp it on. Alright. Just securing it with my fingers there. And go over and do this side. Folding the card up to bring it in to meet it. Just hold it with your hand like that while you're clamping. and again on the other side. And just run your fingers down in there to secure that on. Perfect. Oh, this one's lifted a little bit, but I actually quite like the look of it lifting a little bit. Looks a bit more 3D. Again, just gluing the sides. All the way to the ends so that the edges don't lift up. Making sure it's the right way around. Bringing it to the very edge and just giving it a little clip. And see it coming together here, looking really cute. Pushing it right back to the edges as it's trying to slide forward because it's not set, not dried. Perfect. Alright, and then your last step is to close off your little box. So once again, just gluing all the way on here. And closing it up. These are so cute and so fun to make. I'm probably not even recording in the right places. You probably can't really see what I'm doing. It's my first time, hey? Everyone's got to start somewhere. Okay. And that's what it looks like. It would have been better to have more contrasting colour from the back to the first layer. One's pink and one's peach, so it's not very much of a difference. But that's our little box all finished. It's pretty cute. Fun little thing to do with the kids on school holidays. I've got a boy who's not really interested in crafts, but lots of boys are. And little girls would love it too, if they're into craft. And it's gorgeous. Simple, fun little project to do. It's drying so it won't stand up. I'll just use this and show you something. Oh, fun little project, quick and easy, super cute.